All right, truth seekers and people who want other content other than the music stuff that I bring. Although, here's the deal. I need to take a little break from the music stuff. Um, and I'll be talking about that on Patreon today. So if you're a patron, I will explain it. Doing what I do in real time for a few real people just like you and just like me. So last night, we had these elections, and in New York City, they elected a socialist for mayor. A socialist. So, the largest city in America is going to be run by a so called democratic socialist. It's like, I don't know, those two words don't go together. They shouldn't be together, but apparently they are together. They've tried to do this for a long time as far as put somebody in power like this. You've got Cortez there, occasional Cortex, as one commentator likes to call her. Um, she's right there. So, I mean, there's a whole constituency apparently that wants this in New York City. Well, according to a country radio station, say I worked a little bit of music into this, WYRK on their website. This is pretty interesting. So they say, according to a survey from JL Partners, about 765,000 New Yorkers, roughly 9% of New York City's population, say they'll definitely leave if Mom Donnie takes over City Hall. Wow. You already had craziness during the last administration. He ran against a guy, Cuomo, who locked up grandma and let her sit in a nursing home a few years back when he was governor. So your choices there weren't all that impressive. All right. But this Zoran guy wins. Okay. Zorhan, whatever, however you say his name. Um, think of it this way. If that many people left, it'd be like watching the entire population of Washington, D.C. or Seattle vanish overnight. And get this, another 25%, about 2.1 million residents, say they're seriously considering it, in addition to the ones that they talked about prior. So when you add that up, about 3 million people, close to 3 million people, are thinking of leaving the state of New York. And where would they go? They'd go to the Carolinas. They'd go to Florida, right here where I am, of course, and Tennessee. Those are the short list of escape destinations, mostly for their lower taxes and cheaper living. You see how things are happening here in the United States, where you're getting this regional divide, which I think will eventually break up the United States. People are going to go where they feel welcome. People are going to go where like minded people, I mean, more people who are of this guy's ilk are probably going to move up there. I don't know. I can't imagine moving to a place where the cost of living is high. And by the way, this guy is talking about government run supermarkets. All right. Once they control the food supply, I mean, that is full on communism. That goes beyond, this Democrat socialist thing. Um, Safety. I mean, this guy has wanted to dismantle the police. And he's also, from what I hear, friends with somebody so radical. In fact, the guy he's friends with, one of these religious type people, the guy apparently praised the 9/11 hijackers. He praised them. And this guy is friends with one of them. Good times, people. Lots of fun here. By the way, Staten Island showed the highest exit rate, with 21% saying they definitely leave and more than half considering it. Men were more likely to leave than women, from 12% down to 7%, with voters aged 50 to 64 leading the potential stampede. So I'm thinking people who've earned a living and whose money will transfer over to another location in the United States and um, go further. President Trump says New Yorkers must vote for Andrew Cuomo. Now, that didn't work out. Trump said in a Truth Social post that if Mamdani wins, it would be highly unlikely that Trump would give federal funds beyond the minimum required. Trump went on to call Mamdani a communist. I have to agree with Trump, who gives New York a zero chance of success. And so last night, they elected Mamdani. The other guy in the race was Curtis Sliwa. People were saying that Curtis should have dropped out, so it could have been a head-to-head. I mean, what a choice. Mamdani, however you say his name, and Cuomo, who locked grandma up a few years ago as governor of New York, and they generated some scandal against him, and then he had to leave in disgrace. And he's the guy who Trump, this is bad. And Elon Musk, too. They're like, well, yeah, Cuomo's bad, but this guy, this is how bad this guy is. So the headline, again, from this website, which is Country 106.5. It's a radio station near Buffalo. And they have a whole different attitude in Western New York. Most of Western New York is kind of normal. Just insane what our country is becoming. And so the divide gets greater. And I don't know. I can't see how this republic continues with these different philosophies that are so radically different from one another. And we may see something in our lifetime that we've never seen before. And that's people talking about secession for real. No, not just like as a theory, but yeah, we want to get out. We don't want to be in this anymore. Or, you know, maybe just different regions like America Southeast or America West Coast or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what you'd call different things, but man, New York, Frank Sinatra years ago had this, they have working music in the city that never sleeps. Now it's the city that will become a socialist bastion for this type of stuff. And you know what? When you promise free stuff, people don't know about communism and socialism. They just listen to people and they go, yeah, I want that stuff for free. And so that's why this guy wins. It's populism to some degree, but it's populism that can't come to fruition because you're basically just taking other people's stuff, other people's money, and then you're making the government out to be your food provider. And what are those streets going to be like? What are the streets of New York City going to be like? What's the morale going to be like with the New York Police Department? What's that going to be like? Wow. Well, I guess grab the popcorn. So long, if you don't live in New York, grab the popcorn because this is going to be something to watch. And it could be, I mean, New York could just collapse. It could, or it could thrive, right? Because wherever this is tried, it's been a booming success, right? Wherever they try socialism or communism, I mean, everyone is looking for a savior. You know who the savior is? Jesus Christ. That's the savior. You know, you put your faith and your trust and your hope in the finished work of Jesus Christ, and that's it. And everything else, you know, someone else being your daddy or being your provider, that never works. It doesn't work. So pray for the people of New York City and New York State, as this is incomprehensible what just happened, but it happened. And so now we wait, we watch, and the carnage is going to be probably unprecedented. All right. So thanks for watching, folks. Not a fun video, but thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And again, the content here is probably going to swerve more into this territory because, again, I get actually really tired and bored talking about music stuff. I do. I know that doesn't sound right, I mean, obviously, if something crucial is going on, I'm going to talk about it. But generating content on slow days is really, it's difficult. And to make people watch the videos, that's even more difficult. So again, thanks, and I will talk to you soon.